Good morning, YouTube. MMAJOE here. As usual, I hope y'all are happy, healthy, and doing well. I know I'm quite relaxed. So, last night we had Marvin Vittori, Paulo Costa. I didn't get to see it. Obviously, I'm not at home. But I read some things this morning. Apparently, it was a good fight. That's one. And two, oh yeah, it's all about the weight cut. So hey, look, I don't want to talk about the fight. I want to talk about the weight cut. Man, we got so many people on social media just on and on about it. They're talking, oh man, it was the, pre-fight weight, the whole, the whole week pretty much, leading to the fight. Then it was the weigh-in weight, right, that everybody was on about. And after last night, it's the ring weight that everyone is on about. You know what? Good on both fighters. I hear it was a great fight. I don't want to focus on that fight. They both did what they had to do, and I don't know the particulars, but these things are going to start to happen more. You're going to see this more. So let's get into the meat of this right now. The weight cut, man. How do we? Okay. I believe below 205 pounds, so at every weight class, 185 and below, there should be a weight limit cap of 14 pounds. That's number one. Number two, there should be no heavyweight cap, period. That's just an aside, not really a number two. How do we... This is difficult to explain, I think. I have a good perspective, but it's hard to relay that. Let's try this. Hey, all you people out here, in your normal, everyday life, day to day, why don't you try cutting 35, 40 pounds in the next 6 weeks while maintaining everything you do right now? Why don't you try that? See how that works for you. Did you know the average weight cut in the UFC is around 35, 40 pounds? In every weight class? That's crazy. When men cut this amount of weight, they're losing fluid in between their cranium and brain. This is dangerous. That fluid is what helps protect you from concussive blows. If your brain hits your skull, it's going to swell, most likely. That's bad news. You don't want that brain swelling inside that cranium. Guys go through, and I said 6 weeks, but let's be honest, guys go through 8, 10, 12-week camps. They are physically and mentally beating themselves down. They are lacking nutrition and trying to get better the whole time. It's crazy. If you want to talk fight of the night, you want to see a fight of the night every night, stop making these fighters cut all this weight. Could you imagine if you had two men, say, 155 pounds, natural weight, fighting each other after a 12 or 10-week fight camp? No injuries, and that goes to the camp. I don't believe in 100% sparring. That's just me, but all the professionals do, apparently. So, I'm probably the dummy, the little dumb in that scenario. But cutting all this weight for fight camps and everything, it just, these fighters, these combat athletes, there's no way they can perform at their peak level. So I have a suggestion, for young combat fighters coming up. You're going to have to cut weight because that is the game right now, but I wish that would change. I think there should be less weight classes in MMA. And again, I think there should be the 14-pound cut rule below 205 pounds. I think that would help fighters. Also, if you're a young fighter and, your mentality is to train hard in the gym, to spar like it's fight night every time you're in the gym, you're beating yourself up before the competition. You're nursing and coming back from scrapes, cuts, bruises, injuries, not to mention you get staph infection, all this good stuff. Listen, you got to train. I'm not saying you don't train. But stop thinking about the fight, man. Because if you're in your gym and you're sparring at 100% every time you spar, you're not like winning fights. You're taking time off of your life. You're hurting yourself. And if you're cool with that, if you're willing to trade that for the maybe 8 years you'll get in combat sports, and by the way, you won't get paid for good for that 8 years. Maybe if you're a superstar like, I don't know, Khabib or GSP or somebody or Diaz or whoever, maybe you get paid like that. But Nate Diaz, he bitched about money his entire career. He didn't start getting paid till recently, y'all, the last few years. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling, man. My point here is the fight last night between Costa and Vittori. I think everybody's railing about the wrong shit. Pardon me, the wrong stuff. We should really be having a conversation about why we ask these athletes to do what they do. Why these athletes have really no protections. Why they don't have whatever. There's no combat sports. There's no combat athlete association to protect these fighters. It's been a big problem for a long time, so I don't want to keep going on and on about it. I have a lot of other stuff actually to talk about before, I start heading home. So, man, that's what I want people to keep in mind, the fighters' health when they're doing all this stupid weight cut stuff. And, by the way, fighters, they used to cut weight and then rehydrate with IV bags. Oh, yeah, then they made that illegal. Couldn't do that anymore. So these fighters, man, a lot of them are going to rings like zombies, dude. If you cut 35, 40 pounds in water weight, if you're 185 pounds and you cut down to 155, even if you gain back 20 of those pounds, 25 of those pounds in water weight in the next 24 hours, I don't see how that's as good as the athlete performing under their natural weight conditions, having not endured all that nonsensical lack of nutrition and everything. Anyway, look, I'm just going to stop rambling. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. From what I understand, that fight was a good fight last night. So, aside from all the weight cut issues and whatever, good on both of the fighters. If they both went out there and put it on, that's good. I don't want to defend Costa, but I don't know what happened. And guys, like I said, you're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see guys where they can't train because they have an injury from the gym or whatever. Man, get rid of all these weight classes and make the 35-pound, 40-pound weight cut illegal. That's how you fix the fight situation. That's how you make better fights. And that's how you make healthier fighters. It's pretty simple, y'all. Golly day. Sometimes, I think I'm not that dumb. But then I realize I pretty much am. So, yeah, whatever. I hope all of y'all have had a lovely, beautiful weekend, awesome weekend. It's been a great one for me. Yeah. So if you have any questions or comments, I would greatly encourage you to place those down below because, they only help the community grow. Knowledge is power, man. Information sharing, I love it. That's what I'm all about. That's what I want our community to be about. All right. Yeah, good, bad, or indifferent. Put your comments down below. Or questions, if you feel the need. So, here we go. I'm going to wrap a kind of larger size bow on this one. A medium-sized bow, we'll say. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.